Oh, we're rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling! Josh and Matt, Dynamic Duo! Welcome to Josh and Matt, Dynamic Duo. I am Matt, and this is
Josh.
We're going to be talking about Aquaman.
Aquaman. King of the Seven Seas at the end of the movie. So,
we'll just jump to that. Right. Spoil it all for everybody.
So Aquaman, I think we have to kind of discuss the whole DC cinematic universe when we're talking about Aquaman.
Oh my god.
Like, obviously the DC universe has been kind of slacking in character motivation
everywhere.
And development and story and structure. Basically, all the fundamental elements of basic filmmaking, they've been failing. Wonder Woman, fairly competent.
Success.
Yeah, fairly competent movie. Had its problems. Big dumb ending. Like most DC movies, which I was a little nervous about this movie when I saw the trailer with the whole sea epic battle. You know, the Lord of the Rings-esque battle that they have at the end of the movie. My worries were subsided by the time I seen the movie. It was only like a 20-minute sequence. I thought it was just gonna be like. No, it wasn't 20 minutes. It was like 5 minutes. I thought it was gonna be a 20-minute sequence.
No, it was literally just like a quick battle. You see them just coming in and wreck everybody. Everyone's fighting back, crap,
Right.
and just like all hell breaks loose. We're not gonna keep spoiling because we haven't got to there yet. But yeah, it was not.
I mean, it's in the trailer, so it's not really a big spoiler.
No. I mean, well, like saying what else happened.
Right. This movie was made before, say this was made after Man of Steel. I think it would have been like a groundbreaking movie. You know, it would have the whole DC cinematic universe would have been saved. You know, wow. You know, this is how they're establishing their characters. You know,
it would have.
Instead of DC's constantly course correcting and derailing, and they're trying to put the
pasting broken pieces together that don't fit together.
Yes.
Right now.
And they do mention this takes place immediately. It takes place after Justice League. There's not really any connection with Justice League. They kind of have a throwaway line about Steppenwolf.
You fought against
Steppenwolf, but it just
Aquaman was just whatever. Like he just threw it away. Like he didn't care about that. He just didn't focus. And he was just being him.
It's kind of funny comparatively this to Justice League. Justice League was such a nothing movie. Like it didn't really have any consequence.
Didn't have meat.
This was the epic movie. With all the substance, and it just felt like this should have been what Justice League should have been. You know, with all the epic, battles and the whole world is gonna be collapsed and sunk underwater.
Literally, when I saw the tidal wave coming in play, that's a thing. Aquaman, if Justice League was established beforehand, if we had a bunch of establishing movies.
It was established.
Well, I mean every character, Aquaman just sees that, just calls everybody we need to do some fucking shit now because everything just got wiped.
It's a little interesting. I mean, this goes with the Marvel characters. Individual movies too, when some big epic thing happens, only Thor's there, whoever, you always where's the rest of them, and that you kind of get those questions too with the Justice League, but that's very minor. Even Marvel kind of has those
little tweaks with that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't really, I don't know, be too angry about that with the Justice League. I'm surprising I was expecting a little cameo of one of them. But there was nothing,
I was okay with it.
I was okay too. I kind of if I saw someone, it kind of just probably would have made me mad and get bad taste of Justice League
do
in my
you
mouth.
really have like it was like with Spider-Man Homecoming, like they have Tony Stark in it, but they made Tony Stark more of like a mentor to Spider-Man.
Yeah,
so
which
that made
that
sense.
was connection there. Yeah,
That was the make sense thing. And there was like no sense of like having Tony Stark there. Like Peter Parker's like 25 years old, already established, well, really equipped with himself. Then they'd be like, "Why are you here, Tony?" But like that would be my kind of reaction if they had like Batman just sitting there, just brooding, like there he goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just sitting in his chair.
And it was like, there goes away.
It's Ben Affleck in rehab watching it on TV.
He's doing it. I believe in you, fish boy.
I gotta say, the best thing about this whole movie, I think, is the visuals. It's just like the whole, like all the monsters, the creatures, how it looked, how the underwater
texture
looked,
set up. The only thing that peeved me off is like when the costumes underwater had a more of a glaring like shine to it more. But once you got them on land, like a more blurriness too. Like you couldn't really the detail got a little different,
right?
Because it's underwater. Mm-hmm. But once they got out of the water, the detail popped.
Yeah.
And like you saw like the scales on their suits,
slightly murky and everything like that when it's underwater. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but just like that's the one issue. I'm like, I wish I'm such a I like little details. I like how you see little things. And once
this whole movie was just details with special effects and the set design and everything, characters.
It's just the costume,
the world building.
There was only costumes with me, the little detail thing, but all the creatures underwater were amazing.
Yeah, I love. They look like Lovecraftian creatures, like H.P. Lovecraft, and that one shot when they're like have the flare and they're going up down the water and all those crazy fish people are chasing after them. That was crazy. There was like millions of them. They had that. It was at least thousands.
They said crazy. like the 3D for that would have been amazing. Would have been
it probably would have, but I don't know. 3D kind of deters me just generally.
Well, there's so many of them. Yeah. The depth of the between the creatures and Aquaman and the freaking other creatures in the back would have made it way good for 3D.
Yeah, I could have seen that. Maybe like going underwater, traveling through Atlantis and everything like that. That would be interesting. But I don't know. Generally, 3D is too much for me. There's only a select movies. Mm-hmm. If it's made for 3D, like Avatar, that was kind of one you kind of had to see. Yeah, fucking Spy Kids 3D. Dolph Lundgren was in it.
Yes, that surprised me.
Drago. So we should have freaking Sylvester Stallone in the sequel to fight him.
I heard you talking shit, man.
Yeah. Well, that's when they could do Guardians of the Galaxy crossover. That'll be the Marvel crossover. What? Just so they could fight, and then that's it. That's the whole movie. What if that's the crossover?
You live underwater.
Character with Sylvester Stallone, Guardians of the Galaxy character, and that's their own movie. That's the only crossover. Is just that, and no one else is in it.
I can just see Sylvester Stallone just dropping a beam from the sky and just killing Dolph Lundgren.
Well,
I don't know how strong his character is or how much he can take damage.
Did you know William Dafoe was in it before we seen it? Because I did not know.
I did not know.
When I first saw him, I kind of was laughing. I was like, oh, no, I wasn't laughing. I was kind of laughing at him, but it was just William Dafoe's just great.
It was amazing. I was not expecting the freaking Green Goblin to be in this.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad he didn't die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same here. I actually loved his character.
Yeah.
He was actually
the mentor of Aquaman.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. It wasn't like a thing you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping. I was like, oh man, don't kill him off. It was William Dafoe. But
when they took okay, I'm gonna skip a little bit to the end. When they took him away and they gave him a room so you can see him, that means something else, doesn't it? They're gonna murder him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was.
But really, they didn't.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Chase Meridian was in this movie. Nicole Kidman's character from Batman Forever. She turned into a fish lady. Mm-hmm. So they're all connected. Yeah. This is the connection.
They're bringing everything together. But oh my god, it was. I'm gonna say this: the CGI in this one was way better than how they did Justice League.
Justice League was god awful.
With the lip.
Oh,
the lip. They
not even. No.
No. Saying the lip. No, I'm just saying with the facial to it, like you can still see the shittiness. But in this one, they made Willem Dafoe and what's his name, Jango Fett. Help me out, Josh.
I just know
Jango Fett. They made him super young looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
He didn't look bad.
He didn't look bad at all.
They put a wig on him,
Yeah.
He kind of looked unrecognizable for a second.
Oh yeah, it looked a little. I'm like, oh, that's a different actor.
It took me, yeah.
At
first, I thought it was a different actor, and then it took me a little bit to like go, oh, and Jango Fett adopted it.
Boba Fett,
new character, Arthur Curry. All the connections, Star Wars, Batman Forever. It's great.
Everything is mushing in together.
Yeah, but I like the origin. They show the whole origin. I loved the flashback sequences when they would have the camera go around the character, and it would be like they would it would be seamless, like they would be younger, or some like different location, whatever, but it would be seamless. And I was like, oh, that's actually
when they're
like
oh, do you know how to use your trident? And he's like picks it up and it's like I forget what it was, and they throw it and he catches it like that.
Yeah, they did a very creative ways of, showing flashbacks and everything like that. It wasn't just stale, like a stagnant shot, like, oh, remember when this happened? And then the waves come over, we'll do it right now. Look. But they didn't do that. It was very creative how they did all the flashbacks, and I really enjoyed that. And the other thing I liked too was it wasn't like out of order, like fucking Man of Steel, where you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Everything was like starts off as the kid. Well, I like the whole beginning. The beginning was like not shit at all. But like it kind of like throws you off. It's like a storm for a second. Like, what the fuck? Then like later on, the father meets the mother. She washes up ashore with a wound in her. Then later on, she does her sequence of her trying to adapt to the land, the land world. Everything. She's like, what is this? And it's a dog. The dog doesn't know what she is either because he doesn't know her.
Oh, speaking about the dog in the beginning, where like the Atlantean army is trying to no. Sure. Airbud's son. Well, when the Atlantean army is trying to get Nicole Kidman because she's the queen of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Atlanta or something like that. Is that her name?
Atlanta, definitely is Atlanta.
So they're trying to get her, bring her back to Atlantis, and then you see the dog. And like for 1 second, I was like, "Oh no, don't kill the dog!" But the dog just leaves the scene. You don't even know where it goes.
He's just out.
I'm like, all right, I'm happy with that. I'm just glad they didn't kill the dog.
Oh yeah, dude, like the whole thing, like the whole sequence of like her adapting to the whole world, and then once they get to like the ability that they have the kid and everything, it worked. The whole thing, it really didn't have a freaking issue. But then like. And when she leaves, I was like kind of pissed that she leaves. I was like, no.
Yeah, I mean, I understood it. Like, it gave it more of a mystery for Aquaman. Like, oh, where's my mom?
And like but at least the father wasn't a dick and didn't like tell the son about his mother. He could have been like, yeah, she died. That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't think he even knew.
He just knew. Left. He just said that his mother went back.
Yeah, that's all he knew too. Because he would go out to the dock
instead of being a dickhole and just saying your mom died when you were 2, like 1 or something, whatever it was.
So speaking of the dad, when the sequence when Ocean Master is trying to flood the land,
whole like the thing I talked about the tidal wave,
and then they get saved by Amber Heard's character Mira.
Yeah.
Like I was like hoping, I was like, oh man, now they're gonna kill the dad. Like it's just like it almost felt like I was like. It almost felt like a cliche was coming, like Uncle Ben or freaking Jonathan Kent in Man of Steel. I was like, oh, don't kill off the dad. Come on.
Do it.
But they didn't. I was really happy they did not do that.
They saved. I was actually going, where is he? Where's the truck?
I was preparing for him to just be dead. I
was afraid they had like a shard of metal and all because like the freaking pole came through and smacked the freaking Aquaman out the freaking car.
Yeah.
The truck. So I'm like,
he's dead too.
He's dead.
But Amber Heard did save him, and she absorbed the water out of his lungs. And I
was waiting for this thing. She's like, when she's doing that, she's like doing this, like, all right, and the water's coming out, and just blood
because
comes right out.
She could, control all liquids, like anything that's made out of water, which is every liquid. But
I'm just gonna say this. And about midway through the movie, she blew up wine bottles and shot them like spears at these freaking Atlantic freaking soldiers, elite soldiers, and killed them.
Yeah.
And then they went back to
yeah,
water.
yeah,
and I'm like, that could happen to people's blood.
That was pretty neat. Yeah, exactly. She can control liquid, so she could definitely control blood. You know,
Yeah.
like she could I think this happens like the Avatar cartoon. There's like it's forbidden like for waterbenders, like they can control blood. So like I kind of like was getting those kind of vibes with Avatar. Like if you fucking control someone's blood, you're fucked. You know, so I think
Mine.
Yeah, I kind of want them to touch upon that because Matt kind of popped that in my head. He's like, "What if the blood comes out?" I was like, "Oh no, she's dead."
I did it twice. Man. Like there's there's 2 sequences that she does this, and like it should be like if she does it too hard enough, like she can kill the fucker. It's like
she definitely could.
But the funny thing, the one thing I want to touch upon is like how the Atlantic soldiers, they have these these futuristic suits, but they have like water in it so they can breathe. But the funny thing is like they crack open the window that like the glass they have, like they just gasp and they look for water and they die. But like everyone else is breathing on land.
Well, they have a line. They explained that. They said it was like one throwaway line. They said, I don't know, some of the Atlantean beings are adaptable to land and sea, and some aren't. Like Arthur Curry obviously is because he's both of them. Yeah. And I forget why they definitely addressed it during the movie.
Okay.
Like, it was like the people.
I may have missed it because the baby was crying in the back.
Yeah, someone brought a fucking baby in this. Jason Momoa, his performance was, it was decent. It wasn't like amazing.
I always like him as this Aquaman setup because it's just a different Aquaman.
He's like more like dude bro, kind of like frat boy kind of
It's better than I am Aquaman.
Yeah.
I am the king of the 7 seas.
Yeah.
I really am useless with everybody in the Justice League.
I feel like Arthur Curry's definitely not useless.
No, they've actually made him more useful.
Even before that, he was never really useless. He's super strong. He controls 75%. Was it like 75% of the world is made out of water? So like he can control 75% of the Earth, you know, and all marine life.
And he talks to fishies.
Yeah, he talks to fish, and I like that. They have like one line. You're like, "Oh, you're a fish boy from TV." He's like, "It's Fish Man," you know. Like I like that.
I thought they were gonna try to fight him for no reason. Like, can we get a picture?
Yeah.
And the guy's phone was a pink phone. Like that's even great.
Yeah.
Then later on, they're like, "Don't touch me." He's like, "All right." Then they end up doing like 1,000, 3 or 4 different pictures together.
They have like a sequence of different like his elevation of getting more and more drunk.
Another line I liked was like when they walk in the bar and they finish the beers and like Arthur just looks at his dad. He's like, "All right, I got the super ability to breathe underwater, but how is it that you can still drink me on the table?" It's like, that's my superpower. Then they just drop off 2 pints of freaking beers and
that was fun. All in all, this is definitely, I would say, probably the most well executed DC
I think this is the most
out of all
fun DC movie.
Oh, definitely.
Amazing.
Even Wonder Woman, like this is the first one that felt like someone like had a direction, knew what the fuck they're doing. James Wan, I believe.
He did was it Fast and Furious 7?
He did The Conjuring 2. The first one, I mean. But yeah, his direction, I feel like, is what drove the movie. And
he knows what he's doing. He's crazy with his stuff. He gets into that stuff. It's like I watch behind the scenes of Fast and Furious. He's always he's always going against himself with things because he would think of something, they would think of something better. They would just change it up, or he'd be like, "What would the fans be? Or what would this do? How did this person do this? And let me try to do this better."
Right, exactly. So this is the one that felt like it had like a personality and a direction going towards it. Wonder Woman did too, and I guess you could technically say that with Man of Steel and everything like that. But it was all that was jumbled. This did not feel jumbled. You know, it definitely had a set direction, and James Wan fully executed what needed to be done with an Aquaman movie. The only thing
but I want to say that in the one point there wasn't a point that I said, "Where the fuck are we in this movie?" Because followed up to a point
Right.
that it just
You knew
set
where
the
you were,
direction.
even though there's all these locations. Sometimes they would have text like where you were,
saying,
and I was like,
you're in this location.
there was one point where they had text, and I was like, Atlantis. I was like, I know where we are. I didn't need that.
But,
you
like,
know?
it's helpful.
Yeah.
It's helpful.
It was
If
was
you're in
helpful.
the middle of the
like,
ocean. Okay,
yeah.
you're going here. Okay,
it was helpful.
The
Like,
middle
later
of
on,
nowhere.
when you're, like in the trench and everything like that. They go to the Sahara Desert at one point. They jump out of a plane, Mira and Aquaman, and I was like, dude,
redheads, right?
yeah, I was like, I guess they're like durable enough to take the impact.
Well,
of
like they're
falling out of
supposedly
a
like
few
super.
stories.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like super strong. Well, only Atlantic steel will actually penetrate through their skin.
Right.
So like actually, I believe he gets shot at one point by a bullet.
Yeah, I see that.
And
like,
he
in
just,
the
like,
beginning
just
sequence with
Shakes it off.
with Black Manta, you know, they have the whole revenge plot with Black Manta. Black Manta looked really cool. His presence was awesome. You know, he looked like he was like ripped out of the
It
comic
kind of
book.
reminds me of his whole sequence of him building his Manta suit was kind of like a low-tech Tony Stark moment
Right.
of this whole thing.
Like
because he's
when
just,
his
like,
suit malfunctions
Yeah.
or something like that, you know.
like him putting it
Snaps.
together, it's kind of neat. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. He looked straight ripped out of the comic books.
Oh, yeah.
And Ocean Master, you know, I like that how he kind of like hired him to.
Fuck up Atlantis.
Yeah, he pretty much had him frame, you know, the human
Yeah.
race and made it look like they were attacking Atlantis, so he could do a straight up whole out war
This
on the
whole big
whole-
plan was wrecking everything.
yeah, of all the land, you know. But so yeah, he wanted the missiles to hit Gulf London, so they would have agreements
Yep.
to make this war legal. Yeah, I mean, definitely the best part of the movie is definitely the visuals. You know,
I love the fight scene in it. Like, well, even though it's got
Yeah.
ruined, it was kind of like spoiled because they had dropped that whole 25-minute long.
it wasn't
like,
25
sequence.
minutes; it was like 8 minutes.
Was it? I thought it was 25 minutes.
I don't
For
think it
some
was 20.
reason, I don't know. I think some asshole just made it super long. I didn't watch the whole thing, but
I didn't
Most of
either.
the whole
I
scene-
probably watched like 2 minutes of it, and I was like, all right, I've seen enough of it where I know I'm gonna see the movie.
But-
You know, I stopped right when he's in the Sahara, and he's like, I could have just pissed on it. I was like, all right,
no, I got to the
good
point when
enough for
they.
me.
I got to the point when they extended the chase scene in Italy,
Yeah, I didn't see that.
and like it was just like basically, all right, we've seen this already happen, but it was still even more neat to see the rest of it than I didn't see.
It kind of had like an Indiana Jones kind of vibe, like exploration, trying to find the buried treasure to unlock this secret to this tomb or whatever, you know, to find the trident of, you know, the first Atlantean king. So the whole point, they're trying to find the first
sacred trident.
Trident. Yeah.
That's made from Poseidon's gold, gold or like metal.
Mm-hmm.
They had.
The one thing, I know I'm kind of flip flopping, but with Wonder Woman, they claim in the beginning of that movie in the story, like in the
God
past,
killer.
that all the gods are dead. You know, and I thought that was such a missed opportunity. So now throughout the whole DC universe, Poseidon's dead, Zeus is dead, everyone's dead, and it would be great to see, like, you know, just
one god.
like not just one god, like in a Wonder Woman movie or an Aquaman movie, they have correlation with Greek mythology, and now all that's gone. You got rid of all these potential stories, and I have no idea why they would decide to do that.
I think that someone
It's just beyond
I think the
idiotic.
storytelling of that is fucked because I think. I feel like the because the mother is telling the story, right? Wonder Woman, right?
She's telling
I
Wonder Woman.
think she just gave.
I hope
false-
she's just wrong.
Yeah, that's
I
what
just
I'm saying.
hope-
She gave
I
false information.
I hope that's
So like
just
everything
wrong,
is just
but
like the gods aren't dead; they're just
Yeah.
dormant. They're hiding. That's what I think.
I
that
hope
should
so,
be.
because imagine, like, I would love to see, like, Superman just like and
Squaring
like,
up with Zeus.
Yeah, just like not even like just like kind of like, you know, like
Or
like just in their
teething
world
with
and
Zeus.
not understanding what the hell is going on, and to see all these like gods and everything that have the same abilities. Well, not the same abilities, like the same strength.
Freaking Zeus.
Yeah, the same strength as Aquaman or Superman or even above them. You know.
Oh, I
that,
feel
like,
like Poseidon would
go
be
up and up
way
with that.
above Aquaman.
Yeah.
No way.
That would be so, like, I would love to see that, like, correlation, like, just seeing, like, or Batman just, like with Hades, you know, that would be so cool to see, you know, Batman in the
Eye of
underworld.
Iron Man.
Imagine that. I'm just like I want them to go batshit crazy. I want DC to go nuts. I want to see Mr. Misfitlick. I want to see freaking Crypto the Super Dog. I want to see all this stuff, but they just put it in such a direction where it's just dark and brooding and depressing. They keep on doing course correction, and Aquaman is, you know, the first one where I was like kind of having fun with it. I was having fun with Wonder Woman. I think did better connections with the characters, like the love relationship with Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman. Well, I think they had more.
The director was more of a Wonder Woman fan, so she did all this as a big fan. What she wanted to see, and the crew actually was fans of Wonder Woman too. So she could talk to everybody and see what the hell would they want to see.
Yeah, well,
that's what they got.
I think Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman and Diana had more of chemistry, you know, with their relationship than Mira and Arthur. Well, they kind of just like fell into it just kind of fell into place. It didn't seem like it was like kind of earned totally, but it wasn't like totally stagnant either. I just think Patty Jenkins did a better job with the relationship in Wonder Woman than in this movie.
Well, in this movie, like I felt like with the relationship between Aquaman and Mira and everything was like it was like the same setup how Aquaman's mother and father were their thing. One didn't belong. One was already getting married.
Right.
But they found their way. She was supposed to get married to Ocean Master, and he was nothing to her, but they coexisted in the same world and trained together in a way.
So it's like
and
poetry.
Knew a thing. Yeah.
It rhymes.
Yeah.
Lots. Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme, every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one. Hopefully it'll work.
So basically, it felt basically the same chemistry as the mother and the father of Aquaman than anything else. It just happened.
That's true. So I think we talked about all the positives of this movie. So what negative?
We didn't talk about Jurassic Park and the Kraken.
We'll get to well, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
The stage is yours.
Stage is mine. Okay. They speak of a giant creature that the first king of Atlantis feared the most and found a way to lock it away from the whole sea. The sea, it was out of place, couldn't find it anymore, it's gone. There is a secret underwater tornado of lightning and shit that sucks you in.
It's like a portal.
Yeah, basically. And shoots you into a different land, and this is where it lies. But it lies in the middle of this island that is prehistoric. It's the land before, not land before.
The Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost and Jurassic Park.
And Skull Island.
No.
Yes.
Okay, if you want it to be
Skull Island.
But it's just set back. It's all dinosaurs and all this stuff. And the mom is living there. She was exiled. Supposedly she died, but she didn't. She went in the portal. She lives there. She's been there for 20 years. She looks like a savage, and she's badass. She's a
She's dressed up as one of those Lovecraftian like fish creatures.
Yes.
She's like wearing the skin of them, and like that was like her armor.
She had her own setup.
Kind of like fit in or like not be detected by those creatures. So that's why she was wearing it.
In the middle of the island, there's a waterfall, and she's like, I went through, I tried to fight it, didn't work. Many other people followed, didn't work out. Never seen him come back. So Aquaman is as the true king, supposedly is supposed to be the true king, went in and fought this giant kraken, and he wasn't winning well because it was this giant tentacle like octopus thing smacking back and forth until he spoke. When she was speaking the whole time, the creature, then finally he spoke to her, and she's like, "What?
Yeah, you can understand.
You can talk to me." Like, what is this knowledge? He's like, I can do this with many other fish-styled creatures. And she's like, whoa. Now you take the trident. And he takes the trident. He becomes the golden-suited, the orange-suited and green Aquaman that we know and truly love. And at the end war, what Josh was talking about, he was scared of. Even I was scared of that fucking thing. It fucking resurrects from the bottom of the freaking ocean. And it's like this giant, massive creature.
Was that the same creature? Or
yes.
No? It was. Okay.
Yes, it was. Okay. And Aquaman was riding it. That was this freaking monster in the battle.
Right. So I didn't really totally get the correlation.
No,
that
it was the
same
monster.
creature. Okay.
Same monster.
I guess
he
the
unlocked it.
that tentacles should have gave it away.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was
wrecking
cool,
everything.
It was a cool design. It was really cool design.
It looked like aliens.
They had the crab people. They had the Atlanteans. They had some other weird fish lady people. You know. But like the whole the thing that doesn't really totally make sense with that. I mean, the whole sequence is really amazing. It's a nice spectacle to look at, and I'm glad they didn't dwell on it for so long. You know, I'm glad it was just like a short little segment of the war, and how like they attack and like how their weaponry works. You know, it wasn't like too crazy over the top, like over stimuli, like then the Wonder Woman, then the Man of Steel, then the freaking Batman, all Batman v Superman, even Justice League, it, like the thing that doesn't really make sense is Ocean Master. He already wiped, like he could just basically snap his fingers and wipe out continents. Why does he need all these? You know,
he's not Thanos.
Yeah, but he basically, I'm just saying, like he could wipe out all these continents, which is title wave. He already showed it happened. Why does he need all these armies?
I feel like if
he could just take it over with water, with all these tsunamis.
I feel like if he has the fear that if he cannot do it himself, he needs the ability to back himself up with something else.
Tsunamis.
I understand, but still.
Natural disasters.
I know, but I feel like that's what his process was.
Okay.
He had to have a backup plan if all it fails.
Right.
Like, what if we all had submarines somewhere and we all lived in the yellow submarine? Now he needs something to freaking... Yes. And then he can just attack the submarines. So, blah. We go after them, he attacks us in order.
They like go into their terrain.
He needed something. Like that. He needed something to back up his power of tidal waves.
Right. Before we get into what we don't like about this movie, do you have anything you want to say?
Fucking Jurassic Park, man.
Okay.
That's it.
That has nothing to do with anything.
No,
but the things that I didn't really like, it was a little long. I didn't really feel the length until like, I don't know, kind of then. I feel like it could have taken itself a little less seriously, you know, just being like, I don't know, it's just like all these fish people and everything like that, and like it could have used more, just like, no pun intended, fish out of water, you know, sequences with Aquaman being underwater and going, what does this do? Blah, 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 blah. But he seemed like he kind of understood what like the Atlantean race was all about. I mean, there is a sequence in Justice League where
he goes underwater.
He goes to Atlantis, but like it doesn't really feel like that even connects at all.
No,
to this
it's
movie.
like the movie states like he's never been to Atlantis.
Yeah, but he's been there in Justice League.
He went there and found their mother cube and tried to defend it. And he's like, "It's been taken. I'm here now."
That's what I mean. It didn't seem like it really connected with Justice League. I mean, I liked Black Manta was cool. I liked how he was established and everything like that. And I definitely saving him for a future movie.
His backstory with everything, like his grandfather was in World War II. He earned the name the Manta, the Black Manta. It was his Manta or Black
I think
Manta?
It was just Manta.
Manta. And he was so freaking slick in the dark and all that stuff. He killed people, and he had this special knife that had the manta ray on it. And after when the grandfather got to a certain age, and the father got to a certain age, it gave him the knife. The grandfather gave the father the knife. The father did the same thing as the father did to him, and gave the knife to his son. And 2 seconds later, Aquaman shows.
So yeah, he's established for definitely future films and everything like that. And if you wait till after credits, you'll see more of his story kind of evolving.
I really didn't need that, but
you didn't need it.
You really didn't.
That's why it's an after credits thing. So who cares?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it really wasn't a real a needed. I rather would liked him like crawling out of the ocean than him just like on the floating raft and just the newscaster finds some. Yeah. I'd rather have him.
I don't know who that news guy is. I don't know if he's like in the comic books or anything.
I don't know either. I feel like
he is.
I feel like I just rather would like to see him climbing back up from the cliff or something, like on the water side, with like the chain still kind of like a little bit connected to him, and he's just like And that's it.
Well, all you need to know is that he's not dead.
Yeah.
You know, and he's gonna come back to
He's gonna fuck
combat
shit up.
Aquaman. I kind of like the environmental undertones of it. You know, like with the I was even thinking this before the movie. I was like, are they gonna depict like garbage? Are they gonna show like plastic bags and everything underwater? And they did, you know, but they didn't really harp on it too much. They didn't have like a speech like, oh no, like
The Atlantis are throwing
you gotta save the world. You know, they didn't do like 2 minute like Ferngully freaking, you know, like heal the world undertones or anything like that. But like you definitely seen it, you know, and they had the whole sequence with like, you know, capturing whales and everything like that. And I mean, I guess that's kind of like what the movie is trying to kind of convey to the audience. That's like the message kind of hidden within the story is like, don't
do this.
Pollute the earth. Don't be an asshole. Blah blah blah. Which I'm totally for.
Well,
you know?
I think there was that one. There was that one point in the movie. I think it was with the newscasters, and like the newscasters like in love with this whole Aquaman, or like there's another like top species out there in the water and everything. He's like, they're throwing our trash back at us.
Yeah.
And everything is just, you see lines of like garbage.
They definitely had real footage of like garbage in the water. That was like real. You know?
Yes. This is what's happening every fucking day.
Yeah. So Matt, was there anything you didn't like about this movie?
Like I said in the beginning, it was like the whole costume set up in the water, but like I enjoyed it later when I saw it on land. It's just how it is on the water. It's murky and not clear at all, depending on how you go in the water. But if you're filming the whole thing without like this thing being like, oh, it's a camera. No, it's everything's like this whole thing is supposed to be a real world thing. No cameras attached to it. Everything's murky. Can't really see.
Yeah. Another thing I didn't like about it was like they kept on going like, you're the bridge to both worlds, and I just kept on thinking Man of Steel in my head because that's exactly the same lines they said in Man of Steel. Like,
maybe
you're the bridge of both worlds, you know, Krypton and Earth, and they said basically the same line for line for this movie. And it kind of makes more sense with Aquaman because Krypton fucking exploded, so who gives a fuck?
There's no bridge.
Yeah, there's no bridge. You're the only one.
There's a spaceship of assholes that came to us.
Yeah. There's so much wrong with Man of Steel, but we're not talking about that.
No, we will leave that in the past.
Yeah,
even though it's a good, decent movie.
It
holds.
It at least has a vision compared to everything, but like that's a totally different.
Yeah, we're gonna.
If you want us to review Man of Steel, please let us know in the comments down below.
This could be one giant hate video.
I have a lot of things that I want to say about that movie that I think no one has ever said, at least from my recollection of looking through footage. And I definitely have little gripes about it. So if you guys want to know about those, please let us know in the comments down below, and Matt and I will definitely review it. So Matt, do you have anything else you want to add to Aquaman?
Do you like? If you haven't seen it yet, it's been out for a while. I hope most of the world has seen it.
Apparently, it's the #1 movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I know China fucking loved it, so it's definitely.
If China loves it,
definitely
everybody
did good. You know, with production and everything like that. They're definitely making their money back.
They're making more money.
This is like the first. Not the first, but it's one of the. It's like a positive for the DC universe. Like,
it's a new beginning.
Just kind of, go in this direction more. Well, you know. And I had a few.
The colors were amazing. I have to say it. The colors of like Underworld, like when they're under the water and everything.
Yeah, they were vibrant underwater. But with the last action fight, it definitely felt like DC with like it was more muted and everything like that. It doesn't have to. Just stop it.
No. I mean like with its battle scene, like that's what you're talking about. It had to be that way. Why would a battle be colorful with Care Bears exploding?
It just
garbage.
I mean, I just mean when they're on the surface and it was like all raining and everything like that.
Oh,
like I wish, like when they're saying, "Oh, you got to take them to, you know, your surface," or like you have to be on your territory to fight them. I thought he was gonna be on land. you know,
Not
like
on a
straight up
ship?
land. Yeah, not on the ship, like above the water. He still had the power of, you know, water and H2O.
I'm gonna take you to the desert, bastard.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Like if they went to the Sahara, where like Amber Heard and you know, Arthur Curry went. You know, I thought they would have went there, and I had a few Phantom Menace kind of vibes, you know, with the like little water freaking bug or whatever they're driving, you know.
The fish.
Yeah. It reminded me of the goober fish sequence, you know. And if I'm getting Phantom Menace vibes, then you know,
that's good.
No, that's not good. That's not good. I should not be thinking of the prequels when I'm watching any movie. I mean, I guess the prequels did good with world building. I gotta say that though. That's the one positive. So Matt, do you have any final thoughts, words you want to say?
No. It's just a well put together movie. Everyone should actually enjoy this movie and then hate it. There should be less hate on this movie than ever.
I don't know if it has hate. I mean,
I know. I'm just saying. It'll have less hate than ever. There's past has garbage. This is actually promising. This future DC.
What yet? Monsters out there, sinking in here. Oh no, so no power. What
Step back, you bastard!
When do you think we'll be in trouble? Icky goo. Gooberfish, use our teeth. Oh,
I think this is the end.
Wow.
The end of this whole thing, this podcast, this video.
Yes,
cast.
if you want us to review whatever fucking movie, please let us know in the comments down below. Please like, subscribe, and whatever the fuck you do on YouTube.
And please stop at our Instagram and our Facebook and our TeePublic website, our TeePublic site.
Right. Yeah, we do have shirts. We have Aquaman is on one of our shirts.
Is it now?
It's on our
Batman
v Superman fan film movie poster.
Yes.
He's in there. Get to see him, and we'll end on the clip of our Aquaman. The end.
Ocean Man.